Libra, hi, it's September 2014, I'm Dadhichi, and I'm glad to have you here again. If you're new, welcome, and I normally give a monthly synopsis here, a brief synopsis of what's happening for your particular sun sign, the sign of the scales. It's a very significant month, I'll talk about that in a moment, but straight off the mark on the 2nd we see Mercury, the very communicative and youthful, exuberant planet moving into your sun sign. So that's always a very beneficial aspect to have. You'll see that transiting your sun sign over the next few weeks. You should use that particularly in any form of communication or negotiation, as it does give you the edge and the popularity too. That's probably why you have the edge. People will like what you have to say and the way you deliver it as well. In contrast, we see Venus, your ruling planet, on the 6th, moving into the sign of Virgo. That's your 12th sector. There we also have the Sun at the moment, and that can indicate somewhat of a low-key period. So here we have to balance out the exuberance of Mercury against this low-key position of Venus. And don't forget too, Virgo, this 12th sign of your horoscope, is probably the weakest sign for your ruling planet. Do take care of your health. This could simply be a matter of overtiredness, exhaustion in your work, or because Venus too has a lot to say about relationships, you might actually be exhausted by someone. You know, those emotional vampires, time vampires that tend to suck you dry. Be very, very careful of those sort of people during this month. You need to keep them at arm's length and to, let's just keep this Mercury energy elevated for the time being. There's a full moon on the 9th. Now that's in the sign of Pisces. It's interesting, that's the 6th sign of your horoscope, which is the sign of health. So here, as I'm doing your reading, and I normally like to do what I call a fresh reading. I don't like to read anything until I'm actually doing the video. So for those of you that are wondering, I simply have some dates here and the chart in front of me through the teleprompter, and then I like to speak clean and intuitively. So I am getting a sense now that there could be some health issues here, that that full moon there very near to the planet Neptune, that can show some confusion. Confusion may be over a health condition, but also maybe some confusion over the diet, the way you actually approach your day-to-day routine of food, diet, vitamins. You need to maybe revisit that and look at such things as, are these foods you're eating, even if they're so-called healthy foods, actually in keeping with your blood type, with your body type, with your constitutional type? Research that, because what you can find is that sometimes, for example, myself, I love peas, but I discovered after keeping a food diary that peas over a few days give me very bad headaches. Now, peas are quite a healthy food, but not for me. As the old saying goes, one man's meat is another man's poison. And that's the sort of thing that I'm seeing for you, especially there around that full moon of the 9th, and along with your ruling planet moving into the 12th house, which is also the place of low-key activities. It's also the place of hospitals as well. So apart from yourself not being well, there may be someone that you love, a friend or a close family relative that may be hospitalized or having some health problems themselves that you'll have to address. The 14th, we see Mars, that's your planet of relationships, moving into the sign of Sagittarius. That's the 3rd house of the zodiac. And in the ancient Hindu tradition of astrology, the 3rd house has to do with courage, valor, competitiveness. This could be, I guess, akin to finally taking a decision where you've maybe been wondering, can I do something? Will it work? To actually go, you know what? I'm actually going to take the step now. Having that courage to step forward and do it. All of the authorities on astrology in the ancient Hindu system, which I also practice, are of the opinion that the 3rd sector for the malefic planets like Mars, and Mars is what we call a first-rate malefic, function very, very well in this 3rd sector. It's a place of journeys, it's a place of travels, it's a place of the active, conscious mind. So your mind is going to be really, really fired up. Unfortunately, it's not good for relationships with siblings. So there could be some problems with your siblings at that time, or thereafter as Mars moves through this third sector of your horoscope. There's a new moon on the 24th in your actual sun sign. That's very, very important. This is the new you emerging, and we see straight after that the very important stationary position of Pluto. That's the one that I wanted to talk to you about particularly, falling in your fourth sector of home, family, mother, and self-satisfaction. This planet will tear apart everything like a ferocious lion, and then give you the opportunity to rebuild it. Some of these things you have to discard. It is a planet of elimination. So what you're going to find now, my friend, is that what is unnecessary in your life, what is holding you back, has to be eliminated. It's like a burp. I don't know why I said it. When you've got a burp, it's sort of like, you burp and it's sort of like the relief, or a sneeze. I don't know why I'm relating the bodily functions, but it is like that, and similar on the inside, the spiritual side of your nature. It's almost an astral elimination, an emotional elimination, a spiritual clearing that can take place at this time. You've got to let that go. At first, at times it's a little bit uncomfortable, but let me assure you, once Pluto does its work there, there's a fresh, new, clean slate, and you're ready to commence again. It's a perfect time to begin new things. The sun moves to your sun sign of Libra on the 23rd, so this is important. It revitalizes you again. As I mentioned earlier, you might have had some health issues. That can be very, very nicely counteracted by the position of the sun there after the 23rd. Mercury moving into your second sector on the 28th. That's a finance sector. There's been some financial problems or frustrations there. Mercury comes to the rescue there and can revitalize your hope and confidence in the monetary areas of your life. Finally, your ruling planet, which is a lovely finish to the month, moves into your sun sign on the 30th. Venus transiting Libra. That's going to bring with it some very nice changes, probably coming about as a result of those Pluto eliminations, if I could call them that. I hope you're going to join me again next month. You know, you can go to the website astrology.com.au, take a look more closely at what's happening, even on a daily basis. We've got our readings there, the monthly forecast in advance. That's going to help you, I guess, contextualize what I'm saying here. And we're even now transcribing this monthly reading so you can refer to that in a textual format. Look forward to your company next month. Take care. Bye-bye.